Welcome to another match reaction video for SempreInter with me, Jake Smalley. I'm just going to be going over the Inter versus Roma match for you. A lovely 2-1 win for the Nerazzurri to keep this unbeaten streak going. That's been going on now for 4 months. A bit of a dead rubber tonight, but a good victory nonetheless. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please leave a few comments for us. We like engaging with you and seeing what you think of our reaction to the games. Right, so let's get into it. A really strong victory for Inter against a tough opponent in a game where they found themselves on the back foot for large periods. It was a really strong start from the Nerazzurri, a really good goal from Marcelo Brozovic gave them a little bit of a head start before Matias Vecino capitalised on some poor defending, poor playing out from the back from their opponents to give them a 2-goal lead. Inter looked comfortable, like they were cruising, you could say at this point perhaps that Inter were going to go on and win the game very comfortably. But Armenian international Henrik Mkhitaryan pulled a goal back for the visitors, who made life very difficult for Inter throughout the second half, coming close on several occasions, Edin Dzeko hitting the woodwork. But ultimately, Inter held resolute, and it was a lovely breakaway goal in the 90th minute from Romelu Lukaku that sealed a 3-1 victory for the hosts. A game where at times things weren't very simple. They managed to get the victory. The main talking point that we can perhaps take from today's game is a little bit of an incident occurring right at the end of the match when Lautaro Martinez was substituted after having only come on as a substitute earlier in the game by the manager Antonio Conte. A few words were exchanged between the two as Martinez made his way off the field, so I'm sure the Italian media, who love Inter's misery, will be jumping all over that on the next few days. Links with Real and Barcelona will no doubt start. But ultimately, a good victory for Inter keeps that unbeaten run going. That quest to finish on 94 points is still alive. And a result that hurts probably the visitors a little bit more than them for obvious reasons, because Scudetto's already Inter's. Quite a tough one to pick top because a few players were pretty impressive, I thought. I think Marcelo Brozovic just edges it for me, a really accomplished midfield display. Not a fan of the goal celebration with the bomb and all this nonsense, but capping off a good performance with a goal is always good too. So I think for me he deserves that title as top for today. There's also notable mentions for Andrea Ranocchia, who I must say every time he's been called upon this season he's been absolutely excellent. He's come in and out from the cold a lot of the time and putting some really strong performance in the heart of defence. And seeing him with that captain's armband just makes me laugh every single time, thinking of all the times he's been ridiculed whilst wearing blue and black, and now he's played his part at the end of the season in a title-winning campaign, so that's really pleasing. But ultimately, Brozovic's the best player for me today. I thought he was really strong. I don't want to dwell on this story too much because it's, to me, a little bit of a non-story and quite a promising thing, actually, that the manager is still trying to get so much out of his players, even after they won the league and even at this late stage in the season. But the flop for me, due to that little bit of tension between him and his manager, is Lautaro Martinez. And if I'm honest with you, I think Antonio Conte was quite justified in bringing the Argentine off. I think he looked a little bit lethargic. There was a couple of times we didn't challenge for some tough balls, and Conte obviously thought, right, I want to set a precedent here and I want to take him off. And I've been someone in my weekly columns for SempreInter who's been quite vocal in giving Pinamonti a little bit of a chance. I think he's probably not as accomplished or definitely not as experienced as some of the attackers in the squad, but it's only fair to give him some minutes. And if he's going to come on, put himself about a little bit more and make a bit of a difference, I think it's only right that he gets a chance. So if Martinez isn't performing, get him on in these last few games and give him a chance. So for that reason, for me, for his reaction and his sort of lethargic display, Lautaro Martinez is the flop for today's game.